Are you booking at least 20% of your business on social media? If not, we're here to help. Today, we're going to walk you through a step-by-step process on how you can grow your business on social media and take your followers from looking to booking and really get your baseline above 20% so that you turn your Instagram feed into a referral machine. So let's jump right in without further ado. First off, my name is Steve Seidel. I'm the founder of the Seidel Agency. We've been in existence for 5 years. We're an award-winning aesthetic marketing company. We also help businesses outside of health and wellness as well. Today, we're going to focus on how to increase the bottom line at your practice. And we're going to give you the royalty treatment on how to book more on social media and the $50,000 video formula. So here you're just going to see pictures of lips. That's the highest engaging post that we're seeing right now in terms of social media. What are we going to cover today? Your royal menu. Your business, it depends on social media, especially post-pandemic. We're going to answer the 3 biggest questions you should be answering, the 5 biggest mistakes that we're seeing. We're going to give you the $50,000 Instagram formula, and then we're going to give you a bunch of free materials at the end. So make sure you stay tuned. There's a lot of value here. There's probably about $3,000 to $5,000 worth of value free for you. And so here you see skincare product sales are up, especially in the virtual world we live in and the rise of telemed. At the bottom of each slide, you'll see a pro tip, just like we talked about. The lips deliver massive engagement. In terms of social media, why social media? It is word of mouth marketing. It is your referral engine. Social is up while searches are down because people are actually looking for recommendations from their fellows, friends, other moms, other groups. And with 3.5 billion users, the average is about 3 hours a day people are scrolling. So to not be present on social media, you're leaving treatments on the table. And a lot of companies, actually leverage social media to be their primary source. It is their dynamic site versus a website, which is static. So social media gives you the ability to change pretty consistently, especially with millennials, very active on the platforms. It's an easy way to connect with them, get them in, get them with prejuvenation techniques, and then they can share it with all their friends. The pro tip here, you got to know your numbers. Your LTV is the lifetime value. So if somebody comes in for injectables, and they spend $500 to $1,000 per session, then that's, typically 3 times a year, that's $3,000. If they stay for 7 years, that's a lifetime value of $21,000. And the cost per acquisition is basically how much does it cost you to acquire new patients? For some, it may be word of mouth and nothing, but it's really important to understand that. And you'll see a little slide here in terms of purchases due to social. So why is it important to act now? Well, your business depends on it. So post-pandemic, there's a surge in individuals taking down their masks, being conscious about their eyes and their lips and several other areas to make themselves feel better and to be more confident. And social media, it's your virtual consultation. So they're going to check your Facebook for credibility. They're going to go to Instagram and see if you exist. If not, in their mind, these individuals, these users, these aesthetic lifestyle candidates, you don't exist to them. So you really want to make sure you have presence and that visibility. And it's your online referral engine. So it's going to get you business. Once somebody comes in, if they're sharing their experience, it'll go on their feed for everybody else to see. And in terms of booking, it's an immediate impact. Like we talked about earlier, it's dynamic. So you can actually get people that'll book right then and there and set them up versus a long-term tail of something like an SEO. And a quick suggestion, think about a socially conscious company and how somebody can vote with their dollar. So find a charity or an organization you believe in, ideally locally, or even partner with local companies or colleagues across the United States so that you can, recommend businesses and find ways to build that synergy. So real quickly, just think real quick, which one are you? Are you active on social media or are you avoiding it and saying, oh, my business doesn't depend on it? Are you sharing once a day, once a week? Are you using UGC, which are user-generated content, so we can see you versus a bunch of stock images? Are you telling or selling? We really believe in telling stories because you can connect to emotions and you are the hero of the journey. So we want to showcase you as the hero. Do you have one-click booking or text messaging? Or is it old-fashioned where people need to call in? If the phone doesn't get picked up, you'd lose them. And are you driving at least 25% of business or not? One quick little tip is to really set up a ring light in your office waiting room, connect it to your social media, allow people to capture themselves, to share themselves, and really showcase the wonderful experience that they have in your practice. So as we stated earlier, we're the Seidel Agency. We're your virtual CMO. We help you acquire, convert, and retain more paying patients from looking to booking. And so, here's some reviews. That's Dr. Grant Stevens. He's from the American Society of Plastic Surgeons. We've worked with tons of physicians across the globe. So we're excited to share this value to you. So let's keep going. And I know I'm kind of speaking fast because I want to get it all in. So hopefully you can screen grab. At the end, I'll give you my email so you can actually get this PDF. So why does content matter? It's going to showcase your results. It's going to build credibility. It's going to deliver a brand reputation, because people who go online and search for lip fillers, they're 9 times out of 10 not going to just be searching for it. They're going to either go to a site like Instagram because their friends have done it, or they're just going to pop up in their feed, or they'll be recommended to it because that's how the business is growing. Often sites like Yelp or Google, sometimes reviews will be sought after, but primarily social media is the driving force. And so it allows that conversion process. And so that's why you need it. One thing we want to recommend is to know your referral source. And by knowing your referral source, you know how they came to your business. There's a really cool tool by Build My Bot. It's a get a quote engine. It puts a button at the top of your website where people can click it and you can figure out how they came. So what does content deliver for you as a practice owner or a manager? Content is king. It is the most important thing to your practice because it's going to showcase those results, the before and after, your expertise. It connects you with the patients. It cultivates that relationship, and then ultimately you capture them. But the consultation is queen. So we want to be royal, right? The content is king, but you are a luxurious high-end brand. The consultation is queen. They own the throne together. So our goal on social media is to share your story, to engage patients so that they simply connect, and then they will ask questions. When they ask questions, you book the consultation, and just make sure you have a solid process in place for that. And then you acquire, convert, and retain. And we all know that it's about 8 times more difficult to acquire a patient than retain. So the idea is to get them to come into your practice, retain them as a long-term paying patient, create a VIP or a membership program so that they can tell their friends. And you can also use a lead form on your social media profiles to learn more about your clients so you know in advance what they're searching for. So the difference between organic and paid is, do you want to reach new patients or old patients? So typically organic posts are on your feed where you share content on your page and it's current customers. But with Instagram, you have the ability to leverage hashtags, engagement, the explore tab. So it'll get increased visibility for new patients, but it's a little bit more challenging. However, you can also do paid posts, and that's typically where you're just targeting new clients. And so you boost your content or you put it on the sponsored platform. So when somebody searches for a term inside the social media platform, you can be discovered based on your geographical location, and it's served to new customers. And a quick little tip is to definitely A/B test your ad creative. So try video versus an image, short text versus longer text. And so now we're going to talk about video marketing. Video is the future. Why does video matter? About 89% of boost in the ROI for marketers, but the long and the short is it's a stimulating moving image. It's easy to look at, it's easy to view, and it's easy to make an impact because it's moving. It allows you to have an emotional response. And people are hard pressed for time. So if there's an image that captures their attention, they'll watch it versus wanting to read an entire caption and going through a whole post. And so it's the favorite content out there. One tip, if you are going to use images, specifically in Instagram, we suggest Instagram. It skews a little bit more younger. There's also older demographic. If you use the carousel for posting images, it's more than one image. It'll get you increased engagement because every time somebody comes back to your page, it'll serve them a new image. So if you have 5 images, the first time they come, they see image 1, second time they see image 2, and so forth. And so here, this is a client that we work with, Dr. Young. You'll see the images there where the image has 39 likes, 5 comments, whereas the video has 630 views, which is, exponentially greater in terms of engagement, 11 comments, because it captures their intention. It's thumb stoppable, we like to say. So as you're scrolling, they stop and they watch. And typically you have about 7 seconds to capture their attention. So why does Instagram matter? it's your virtual consultation. I mean, bar none. There's a billion users. It's the fastest growing platform. Every time a new attribute comes up on Snapchat or TikTok, they're rivaling them. And you don't have to pay to play, just like you do Facebook. You'll see in Facebook now, you'll post, nobody sees it. Whereas Instagram, it's still early on enough where you don't have to pay to play, and you can share wonderful, engaging videos in multiple ways. And so there's a lot of young users for the prejuvenation, but it also showcases that you're able to connect with them and deliver your expertise. One tip we want to tell you is be careful with those filters. You kind of want to make sure that you're consistent in the imagery that you're delivering, or if you're going to use a filter, just use one or two of them. This here on the right is something that we do for clients. We essentially give them a big cutout board so that in their practice, they can have that if people want to take pictures of themselves. And it's a great way to brand. And then inside is just Lori Robertson has said that millennials look at Instagram as a more trusted referral source than their friends. So that's why we believe strongly in Instagram. And if you are going to place bets on social media, that's the place to go right now. So now we're going to talk about your Instagram page and your page crowns. It's an acronym. So you'll see here, Dr. Young, this is a page of one of our clients. You'll see that the little images on the bottom there, those are highlight images. Those are for when you do Instagram stories. You actually can save them there and segment. So if somebody wants to see tummy tuck or cool sculpting or face, you can give them an easy way to see results and to see the treatment. The C stands for consistency. You need to be consistent, posting ideally one time a day. Response time, really make sure that you respond within a day. Any time less than that, if somebody asks for, feedback on how many cc's on, breast implants, you want to get back to them. You want to optimize your page for business. So then you can get the analytics and see what posts are doing well and which are not. It's a word of mouth tool. So you want to spread awareness at your front desk. You want to have it on your user intake forms. You want to let individuals know that you are on Instagram. Have signs so that when people are in there, they can share their experience. The notifications, you want the individuals following your page, your followers, to have their notifications on. So when you do a new post, they're notified. And with that, you want to be delivering value on a regular basis. So if you're selling, if it's not right for them, they're going to tune out. But if you're telling stories and engaging them, they'll come back. It's almost like your own TV station. And the S stands for subject matter expert. And you are the subject matter expert. Whereas we position ourselves as, the digital marketing, your virtual CMO, you are the subject matter expert, whether or not you're a med spa owner, if you're a facial plastic surgeon, core, non-core, whatever it might be, and you want to share that information on your profile. Here on the right, you'll see a little sign that we deliver for our clients that they can notify their new patients and existing that they're on social. So now that we've got covered your page for your content is extremely important. And these are your content values, your value system. And so the first, it needs to be visual. That's why we talk about videos. Videos are always visual. They're moving. It captures your attention. We need to have an element that's going to be engaging. So whether or not you're showing a treatment midway through, if you're injecting something that's capturing your attention, they need to be analytical as well. So typically, if you throw percentages in your caption, or if you show a numerical representation of how far along 5 weeks later, before and after, having numbers makes it easy and digestible for people to understand and to take in. The linked call to action. So in your profile up at the top, there's a bio link for Instagram. We suggest you use Linktree, and then you can segment multiple links. So instead of just having one link, you could have 3, 4, 5, 6 links, one for contact us, one for skincare values, one for VIP programs. And so when you do posts, you can say, click the link in the bio. The content, like we talked about before, user generated. We want to see you user generated. We don't want to feel like it's overly produced or that there's something behind this veil that we don't know about. We want to be part of the experience, almost like behind the scenes. And the E stands for engaging. Make sure you're engaging them. You have about 10 characters in the beginning of your post. So asking questions, did you know, giving them stats, these are all ways that you can become engaging with your posts. And the S, like we talked about before, we want to tell a story. We want to share a story so that the viewers can be empathetic. One little quick tip, capture testimonials at the front desk. And so this will allow you say, hey, if you're on social media, we give this sign to some of our clients where some of them give $5 Starbucks cards, and then capture testimonial. When you get home, post it. That way they post it at home and not all the testimonials come from your front desk, or they can talk about you while they're in the practice and record them over the shoulder and give you visibility for their followers and their fans. So here we are. What 3 questions should you answer? I know I'm moving quickly, just trying to get it all in. So the first one is why you? Why you? So it's your expertise. It's your background. And so you really want to share what makes you unique. So you may be from a certain demographic. Maybe, you're a physician who emigrated from another country and you have a lot of patients in that realm. So figure out what makes you unique and then educate your patients with all the information you're training. That's why you're important. Entertain them. Give them, opportunities to laugh, be self-deprecating, let them in on some of the fun stuff at work, and then inform them so that they know about skincare tips, so that they know about ways that they can reduce aging with certain techniques like drinking a lot of water. The second is who do you help? So this is a simple formula. I help X, do Y, so that Z. So our company helps practice owners grow their business on social media so that they can increase their return on investment. And the third one is what do you deliver? So constantly be delivering value in terms of treatments. Are you delivering them, concierge service? Give them results, give them tutorials. And so that's what you really want to focus on. And like we said earlier, you want to tease with the first 10 captions, but here you can see some posts that we've done. You'll see Dr. Young, he's cutting open a breast implant, and it captures your attention, right? Fill in the blank. I would like to see more. We actually poll our patients so we can identify what they're wanting to see more of. You'll see a little bit more about the personalities with the staff and their masks. It showcases safety, showcases personality, and then the before and afters, where we typically will always cover their eyes, their buttocks, as well as their nipples, and often brand them. So are you making any of these 5 mistakes? Now, sometimes you're selling, putting all of your deals and not telling. So that is one of the most important keys to growing that following, engaging them, and then converting them into ambassadors, because they want to be part of your story. And they don't want to just see sales because they felt like they're being sold to. So let them in on your story and your messaging. And you might be tracking the wrong metrics. You might say, hey, we don't have enough followers, or, focusing primarily on, you could be posting 10 times a day, but if nobody's engaging on that and it's all sales posts, then that's not working. Typically, we focus on engagement. You may have inconsistent calls to action. One day it's call us, one day it's email us, one day it's, we're pushing this cool sculpting benefit package. You get 2 free cool tone treatments. So you want to be consistent, and that's where we went back to the link tree. So if you can say, click the link in the bio, then you can segment, or you can say, call us at XYZ number, or text us, but be consistent. And one of the other content mistakes is you don't have a content system. And so that's what we're talking about today, really having an understanding of what content is working, monitoring that on a weekly basis. And much like a plant, if you don't water it, it won't grow. And here you see a quick Groupon. We strongly suggest against that, because then you dilute your brand and you're purely a commodity where somebody's price shopping, and you're much more than that. And we all know that. So try and steer clear of that. And one of the pro tips is, instead of hashtagging med spa or hashtag, a different description, you can focus on solutions like hashtag Dysport. And we do want to make you aware that Instagram hashtag Botox has been so widely used that it has been banned. And so if people use the hashtag Botox, oftentimes your post will not be put higher in the algorithm. So just be wary of that. There's a really great tool called hashtastic.eu that can help you determine that. Finally, the grand shebang, the royal $50,000 video formula for great results. And so the GREAT is another acronym. We're a huge acronym fan. We hope you get value from this, help our practices engage. So the $50,000 Instagram formula. So you'll see here, this is a holiday post over here with Dr. Young. It was with pumpkin carving. It got 118 comments because we polled them on a specific post about which pumpkin was better, and we made it unique to his practice. And then also the patient poll over here. This is a before and after, but what we did with that is we really told the story with it. And then we asked them if they knew how many cc's was that they thought were actually in this treatment. And the beauty of what we delivered was we grabbed their attention because the image is pretty stunning and it captures your attention. We restated the problem, the pain points of somebody who does not have confidence. The mommy makeover, right? They've had children, they don't feel great about themselves. We explained the solution. So the mommy makeover, where it could be a tummy tuck, it could be breast aug, could be mirror dry, a multitude of things. And then we gave them an actionable example. We showed her, and then we gave that testimonial quote at the end, talking about how wonderful Dr. Young was. He's actually known as the boob doctor, if you will. And so we packaged all that together. And then last but not least, we asked them how many cc's that they thought were actually in this. And it exploded in terms of engagement. And what that did was it created a dialogue. And then these individuals asked questions, they became interested. And then ultimately we were able to connect with them, even on the platform, by sending direct messages and gauging interest and booking. I think it was a handful, it was about 5 to 7 appointments. And then ultimately, they came back and got a bunch of treatments. And so that's how it became the $50,000 video formula. One other key quick tidbit is to choose a compelling cover photo. So on Instagram, when you post a video on Instagram, you can choose a cover photo and just make sure that it's telling a story. So in the middle of an action, or somebody screaming or smiling. So make sure that cover photo isn't somebody looking mad or upset or boring. So just be wary of that. So what types of videos do patients respond to? So this is a list that we've generated over our past 5 years of working together. You can read through it pretty quickly, boomerangs, tutorials, but we suggest once you start activating on social media, capture all these 9 videos. That way you have them, and you can do 1 to 2 per week, and you're going to capture your audience's attention. Then over here is your royal grid. Your royal grid are your last 9 posts, because on Instagram, when somebody looks at your page, they're probably not going to go below that. So you want to make sure that those last 9 posts accurately depict your company and show some before and afters, some personality photos, some expertise. And so typically we suggest at least a third of those is around a before and after, or has results-driven posts. So that's the royal grid there. And now I want to share some free aesthetic tools for you as a practice manager. We have morepayingpatients.com, which is a wonderful site where you can learn, it's 9 lessons of Instagram tutorials. It takes you from start to finish. If you use the code 50 checking out, you get 50% off at every lesson. Friend Media is a great in-practice marketing tool. They actually take over your waiting room screen, and they have little iPads as well. So you can highlight all the treatments that you have in your practice. And I'll show you these sites really quickly once we finish. And you get 3 months off by using the code Seidel. And then Build My Bod is that get a quote lead gen button where it goes at the top of your page. And it captures people's information when they come to your website. And if they don't fill out the entire form, it'll remind them to. It'll also remind you so that you can actually reach out to them. You can select Seidel and get a discount, and also get 1 month free with that code there. Then Patient Nectar. It's a wonderful tool. If you're not using email for long-term growth, email is really growing now these days, now that everybody is, changed post-pandemic. So you can get a free first month setup and free first month as well, in addition to the setup. And that's a $680 value. So you're just going to let them know Seidel Agency sent you. And a quick little tip is to have a high, a middle, and a low ticket offer. So when somebody comes into your practice for, a lift, for, the Dr. Young lift, that you can either take them on a high ticket sales, bring them down on a lower ticket sales. And so you can work with that, and you can build that protocol. And one thing for you and clients, we work month to month. We suggest that you try to avoid, these 12-month huge 18-month contracts, because that's not beneficial to you as a practice owner. And so here's some free social tools for, royalty-free images. You see them here, logos and editing, Canva, also OverApp. You can drop your logo on the images, video editing, memes are pretty fun. People respond well to those, as well as scheduling, because we know you're busy. And so typically we suggest you create a 15-minute content capture. And so last but not least, what did we learn today? Social media is your most important tool. Your content will unlock your practice growth to grow exponentially. And Instagram is essential to drive revenue. And competitors, they're not stopping. They will be targeting your patients. So you need to build your own brand, figure out what makes you unique, and share your story. And those who take action are rewarded. So think about it. What's one thing that you can do today? And real quickly, so if you have any questions, I would love for you to email me. I'd love to send an email to you if you're watching this video. If you go to the seidelagency.com/free with a bunch more of those free materials. This is me here. Your patients are our priority. And like Oprah said, if you do the work that you love and the work fulfills you, the rest will come. And real quickly, I just want to share those sites that I was referring to. So here's us. We would love for you to follow us on social media. This is the link tree here. If you click the link tree, you can segment your user experience with multitude of links. This is our more paying patients here. So this is more paying patients. It's broken down from start to finish, 9 lessons. Use the code 50. So this here is Build My Bod. This is the Get a Quote engine. So if you go down here to healthcare providers, sorry about that, healthcare right here. If you want to actually become a price transparent provider, you click on that and then get my price estimator tool. You log in there. And here, this is Friend Media. This is where they take over your in-practice waiting room screens. And so down here at the bottom, if you're interested, check out here, put the code Seidel. This is the other free tool, Patient Nectar. They have some really great serial emails. They actually give you magazines to send out that you can personalize. And so here they have Skin Skim, which is about your skin, face-to-face. And then last but not least, here is seidelagency.com/free for your free marketing tools. You just put your info in there. So hopefully that was beneficial. I know it was a lot of information, but we're here to help. Please email me. You can email me directly, Steve@the Agency. And our goal is to help you build a following and take them from looking to booking. And have an amazing day. The world depends on it. Thanks. Go out there, do good, give back, and make an impact.